Hi everyone, and happy spring. Welcome to the video. It's finally warming up. As you can see, I'm not wearing a huge jacket. I'm not wearing gloves, and today it's about 40 something degrees, but it might as well feel like 80 degrees with the cold winter we've had. So the weather's beautiful. The snow is finally beginning to melt off the ground here at the cottage, and I thought, what better day to give you a tour of what I consider one of the coolest features of our property, and that is the brook here. I thought I'd share it with you, and now that the weather's nice, we'll take a little walk and I'll show you where it flows to. So let's get started. As the brook begins to meander down towards the cottage, you get this area right here where it kind of widens out as it flows around this bend and then eventually flows underneath the driveway and past the cottage. But one of the coolest features here is this rock right here that is just completely split in half. However millions, thousands, hundreds of years ago, the rock split, and now the water just kind of flows straight through it. It's pretty cool. This has to be one of my favorite areas right here. You can see it's just very close to the area that I showed you before with the stream widening out, but just a different angle. We've got the big split rock right here behind me. We've got the stream kind of flowing around, and then we've got the very picturesque stone bridge that the stream flows under. If there's an area of the property that looks like a fairy tale, this is it, with all those features and the cottage sitting up there at the hill. Here's another look at our stone bridge here. It's a pretty cool structure. Like I said, very fairy tale. Someone, one of you guys commented and you said it reminds you of a moat, and this is the bridge to the castle in a way. It's pretty cool because as you're driving up to the house, that's kind of the last thing that you see. You turn off the road, you meander through a field, you go through the woods, and then you drive over this stone bridge across the brook, and it kind of completes the whole fairy tale magical experience. We're on the other side of the stone bridge right now, and the water's flowing this direction. This actually is where I saw the trout that I was telling you guys about. It's pretty deep right there. It's maybe about 3.5 feet, and there was about 4 or 5 trout in the summertime just kind of hanging out there and doing their thing. So it's pretty cool. We call this our little wading area, and when it's warm out, we'll wade up to our knees and enjoy the cool water from the brook. So it's pretty cool. It's like a little swimming pool without the maintenance. As we continue downstream, we're going to get to some of my favorite features, and those are the 2 waterfalls that we have. They're not huge Niagara Falls waterfalls, but they're just enough to make some pretty nice sound and really fill the area with the sound of a flowing brook. So here's the first waterfall over here, and you can already tell how there's a huge change in sound with the water rushing over it. In the wintertime, this was actually completely covered up with ice, but as it thaws out, you begin to see the giant rocks that kind of make up the falls. And these big boulders here, there's one right here, one right in the middle, and another right on the other side that kind of channel the water and allow it to flow over like this. So a pretty cool feature, and such a nice addition to the brook. The cottage is just maybe 50 feet behind the camera, so it really adds a lot of ambiance to the sound that we can hear from inside the cottage. Here's the second falls. Not quite as big as the first, but still just as nice. Kind of the same phenomena. You got the cliff kind of on this side with another large rock. It's kind of funneling the water into one area, and then the water flows over it kind of quickly, and it fills the air with the sound of rushing water. Another favorite spot of mine is this big boulder right here. It's pretty cool because there's not too many larger boulders around this particular one, and I always like to imagine it kind of starting up on the top of the hill over here, and then one day just starting to roll down and eventually coming to rest down here by the stream. But yeah, it's a cool spot, and I think the moss on the rock always adds a lot of character to it. So it's pretty cool how it's just sitting right here next to the brook. Just noticed we had some visitors. There's Alex and Wilbur. Just passed along the road somewhere, but that's the driveway right up there. You can see how high up it is compared to the brook right over there. After flowing from atop the mountain, coming down past the fields and meandering through the woods past our cottage, the brook eventually leaves our property through this tunnel right here. This is the edge of our property line, and if you're watching my other videos, you're probably familiar with the tunnel. But yeah, the brook eventually flows through and into the tunnel, and then it continues down the mountain and eventually into town and connects to a larger river. So this is the end of the line for our property and the brook, and it's a pretty cool ending because I think that tunnel definitely is a pretty magical spot as well, and definitely evokes a lot of cool stories and memories, and just a cool view. Well, everyone, I really feel like we just scratched the surface of everything that I have to show you about the property and about the cottage and about the brook here. But I had a blast making the video. It's so nice to be out here in the beautiful early springtime weather, and it was great showing you all our little slice of heaven here. So like I said, there's lots more to show, so I'm sure we'll see you next time on a next video here in the near future. But until then, I hope you all are well, and wish you the best. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Let's see if I can make the jump. Whoa.